Hello, my bookish babes. Can we show some love for the hat right now? I got my first ever book of the month. This is about to be so worn. If you guys see me in this in every single video, mind your business. And today we're going to be doing all the books that I've read in 2025. It's probably going to be a very, very short video considering that I disappeared for like 6 months. And in that entire 6 months, I did not read not one book. Okay. I was going through some stuff. My memory is complete shit. So a lot of these books that I read in January, there's no way the plot stuck with me. Like there's no way. There's some books that stick with you forever. And you're like, yeah. And then there's other books that it's like, I know I read it. First, let's start off with Gratify by Caitlin Taylor. This is a godfather and goddaughter romance. And I believe it's also ex-boyfriend's father. The godfather also had a son. And you know how these books love to do. It's like, oh, we were best friends and now we have children of opposite genders. Let's just put them together. The FMC, her parents pass away in a tragic accident. I can't quite remember how it all goes down, but I do believe that she ends up working with her godfather. And then at work, they get closer and then things start to happen. Something like that. Something like that's going on. Yeah, the aunt, I think, has a thing for the MMC. Guys, it was so much tea, so much drama. I loved it. And the son almost caught them, and the aunt almost caught them, and they're both like denying each other, but then like coming back. The godfather feels really guilty because it's like, oh my God, if my best friends could see me now, they'd be horrified. I do think I thoroughly enjoyed reading the book. The writing was the big holdup for me. There were just certain things that felt a little cringy to me, and that's most likely why it was a 3-star read for me. Again, I'm just going off the noggin here. The feelings aren't what they used to be. The actions, ... Let's just say I've made some questionable ones lately. Does that stop me from wanting her? From reaching for her? From craving her? I wish I could tell you yes, but that would make me a liar. Liar, liar, pacifier. The next book that I read was Older by Jennifer Hartman. I can't tell you nothing about that book. Not a single thing. And you know what's crazy is I actually rated it 4 stars. That means I really enjoyed reading it. It wasn't a complete 5-star. There are certain books I just reserve for 5 stars, okay? But I can't, for 4 stars, you would think something. I retained something. All I remember is the beginning, our FMC, whatever her fucking name is. She's at a party. Maybe she's not supposed to be there. She kind of leaves the party and she's sitting by the lake just thinking about her life. I don't know. There's something traumatic. Oh, wait. I think her father is abusive and her mom's like a complete drunk. She's sitting there thinking about her life by the lake, and this guy comes up. He's talking to her, not realizing that she's a minor. And it's instant connection, instant attraction. He lets her know that he's looking for his daughter, who is at this party and is not supposed to be there. She's well aware that he's older, and she didn't necessarily lie, but she did not reveal the fact that she was 16. So they head upstairs. Things are about to get butt naked nasty. But somebody is like, oh my God, what are you doing here? You're only 16. And he's like, oh my God, like I really almost did something with a 16-year. Fast forward, we find out that the daughter he was looking for is her best friend. Yeah. I don't really remember much else that happens. I think they're just really same shit, slow burn, lots of tension. Tea. And I love tea. I love drama. I just read about drama. I don't like to be in it. Before he discovered my age, he uncovered my heart. He called me Hallie, like the comet. I called him Reed. And my best friend, she called him Dad. I'm dying because the next book, I remember this book. It was a wild ride. Run, Rabbit, Run, Bunny Tales Book 1 by Juniper Hartman and Lilith Haven. When I tell you this book was, I don't even know. I was so lost It went from 0 to 100 to like 1,000 to like 0 again. The ending, I was like, you start the story off and we're in the middle of the action. There's no like, this is what happened before. This is how these events started occurring. No, you're thrown in and it's just smut, 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 and some more smut. And fear and kidnapping and all this. I'm like, are we ever gonna get any context? We don't get anything until the very end of the book. It was crazy. I rated this 1 star. I also think I remember not liking the smut at all. Like the way it was written, there's a way to write dirty talk. Some people are good at it, some people are not. You know, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses. Being kidnapped wasn't on her 5-year plan. Bunny must confront not just her captor, but the darkness within herself. Next, I read Hawk by Jessie Hall. I love Jessie Hall. I know I read a lot of her books last year. I loved Greenlight. Greenlight was fun. So I was like, yeah, Hawk's next on the list. I rated it 3 stars. And again, I think it was the writing. 3 stars is still a solid read, but I definitely would have expected a 4-star from a Jessie Hall book. The reactions that the characters were giving, just here's the event. This is where the reaction should be. How they reacted. I did like the buildup. I liked that Hawk was so fucking mean. He was so mean. And then, whew, boy, were we thrown for a loop. I was not even expecting that ending. Well, actually, I think I did at one point think to myself, he did it, didn't he? A fun little psycho time, as is expected with Jessie Hall. Love her. I love her so much. Then I read Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. Self-explanatory. We love Sarah in this household. I will read anything Sarah J. Maas. Sarah J. Maas, please. I would much appreciate it if you would hurry up with Azrael's story, please and thank you. Honestly, the fact that Cassian came before Azrael, it's bonkers to me. But, you know, honestly, fuck that. Save the best for last, you know? Except can we make the last come out a little sooner? It's been years. I need an update. Is Az still alive? I gave Heir of Fire 4 stars. That entire series has been so fun. I'm actually still currently in the middle of tandem reading Tower of Dawn and Empire Storms. I had to take a break. I had to take a break from it because that was around the time that I was going through a lot, disappeared, that whole thing, right? And it was just weighing on me. I was starting to get really, really burnt out reading them. So I was like, look, we'll come back when I got my mind right. But yeah, Heir of Fire, I don't really want to say anything because I've said everything I need to say in my reading vlogs. If you guys want to check those out, I did do part 1 and part 2. There's probably going to be a part 3 and part 4 because those books are so long and action filled and there's so much information and it's just wild ride, wild time. I truly did love the series. It was getting really heavy and I couldn't. I couldn't do it. If she's to win this battle, she must find the courage to face her destiny and burn brighter than ever before. Also, could we just talk about the fact that Rowan is in this book? We love Rowan Whitethorn. Look, him and Kane Ferran, really the only 2 light-haired characters that I will get on my knees for. Or Carrion. Carrion is also, yeah, he's added on there too. Carrion Swift. Or Carrion, whatever. Then we have Shatter Me, Destroy Me, Fracture Me, Ignite Me, and Unravel Me, which is all part of the Shatter Me series. It was really good. I have not finished the series because I want to forget as much as possible because I want to do a reading vlog. Those books got me out of my reading slump. They brought me back to life. They brought me back from the dead. Okay, this is why you have me here today. I know my best friend was very happy because she has been trying to get me to read that series for like over a year. At this point, she was holding a gun to my head. Like, all I know is I really love Kenji. I figured in the first book, Aaron was going to be the one. Look, TikTok ruins a lot. All I hear is Aaron Warner, Aaron Warner, Aaron Warner. I'm like, okay, so clearly it's not Adam. But I didn't know how we were going to get there because Aaron's a little bitch, bro. Oh, Oh, he pissed me off so much. That opinion quickly shifted. And now Adam can go eat a bag of anyway, so um I definitely recommend picking up that series. I don't think it's very spice heavy. Was there any spice at all? I don't think there is. I think there's like moment like it's like, oh yeah, like he kissed me and then we took off each other's clothes. Scene break and then we come back. Smut or no smut, worth a read. Then I read Alchemized, and honestly, I'm not going to say much about that book either because I have an entire 45-minute reading vlog on my YouTube channel going through all my thoughts. This book changed my life. It changed the way I rate books. It's 6-star ratings. It can't even be 5 because there are books that are 5 stars. This was beyond. This was beyond 5 stars. I don't even know how to explain it. It made you want to scream. It made you want to laugh. It made you want to cry. It made you just like everything, every emotion. I love the way that it was set up because there are so many little crumbs within part 1 that you don't even understand. You can't understand until you get to part 2. And then part 3 breaks your heart because now she's remembering part 2. And then part 1 is still her reality. So she's having trouble. And then like losing everyone. I can't. Okay. I'm going to stop talking now. Oh, shit. There's the book. Just for aesthetic purposes. Hey. Oh, yeah. This is an 1,000-page book, by the way. It is a very long read, and it almost doesn't feel like it. Also, can I just say, sorry. ADHD brain here. The way she ended Alchemized, we could just end it there and call it a day, which I kind of have a feeling Senlin Yu is going to do. I am curious to follow the last 2 characters. Again, I won't say anything, but for those of you who know, you know who I'm talking about. The last 2 characters that we are following in this book, I kind of want to know what happens between them and their whole little love story, but I think it will be more cutesy, maybe some darker subjects here and there, but definitely nowhere close to Alchemized. But I mean, she could continue it if she really wanted to. I would not complain. I would not complain. Then we went on a little bit of a Penelope Douglas binge, and we are still currently in a Penelope Douglas binge. First, we start off with Bully, which I gave a solid 3 stars. It was a decent read. It wasn't awful. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. They were best friends and now they're not, and he's her bully. Bully, I believe, is book 1 of the Followaway series. Honestly, I really want to read Rival, the second book, following the MMC in Bully, his best friend. And his best friend's like stepmom or something. I don't know. That just gives me way more tea, way more juice, way more the bully trope. Like it's the most fun part of this book was the race car stuff. I love that our main female character is into race cars. It made her so fun to read, especially since she doesn't really give off that vibe. I got so tired of holding that mic, like, no. Then I read Misconduct by Penelope Douglas, and no. That was a 2-star read for me. The banter was really off. It didn't make any sort of sense. Like, they were trying to be, like, witty and, like, hee 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 hee. And none of it was funny. None of it was clever in any way, shape, or form. Or, you know what? Maybe it was too clever. And it just went over my head. And then the brother getting tossed into things, but there not really being A, any motive, B, any fucking reason for him to continue to try to scare her. Like, I don't understand. Also, I don't know why they would have assumed that the son would be upset that his father was seeing his teacher. Like, what business is that of his? We're 2 adults. What does it matter if I'm dating your teacher? Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. And especially if she's cool, she's nice, like, you're not going to be in her class forever. Is that an actual issue? Like, what about if you get your own child in your classroom and obviously you're married to their father? Is it only an issue when you start dating because they're a student? I don't know. I don't know. It feels like it's a non-issue. It feels like it's a non-issue. And it was made to be an issue. And I'm just like, what's the issue? 4.5 stars is crazy. Who is leaving these reviews? What am I missing? Maybe I'm the problem. Five Brothers, Penelope Douglas is the next read. I had fun. I had fun reading that book. I like that it was him. It was very taboo. The age difference is crazy, which both adults love and let love live, and whatever the saying is. I just kind of feel like it's a little weird that you slept with everyone in the house except for Dallas. Imagine you have to sit here and watch the woman you like kind of started having a thing for just start sleeping with your entire family because she's looking for you. What sense does that make? And then it touches on some really serious topics. Mackin's going through a lot. He really, really is. Poor baby. I had my problems with this book. The names were throwing me off. I think there were a few plot holes that I was just like, I don't know. And then the writing, the quality of the writing was not the best. And the random 2-page monologues that just come out of nowhere. And they make no sense. This book was not perfect. I still ate it up. I ate it up and left no crumbs, okay? I just want to crash on the couch tonight. Their house is dark and quiet. Everyone else is asleep, except for one. He sees me, crying, and comes at me from behind. I let him wrap his arms around my body, hold me tightly. His breath is on my neck. His fingers are in my hair. And he doesn't stop there. And I don't think it was Trace. Okay, first of all, that's not how that happened. But I don't think that she can put in the blurb exactly what was happening when he saw her. Hey, she did start crying, but that's not how he found her. She was working the turntables, okay? Then I read Quicksilver, but technically that's a cheat because it was a reread. I actually read Quicksilver and Brimstone. It was like back to back. Brimstone was 5 stars. I kind of want to say it was 4.5 stars. I think I overhyped it because I felt like at the end of the reading it was a 5-star. But now that I'm sitting back thinking about it, sometimes in the heat of the moment, we tend to overreact. I really enjoyed the reading, so no, fuck it. It was 5 stars. There was a lot of action. There was a lot of things going on. So no, I'm not going to take back my 5-star rating. Oh yeah, then I went on an entire friggin' Twilight series reread. I'm not about to go into all of that. It's not what it used to be. As a teenager, it was like, wow. As an adult, you're kind of like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a little boring. And then I read Midnight Sun. That's not a reread. Never read it before, but it was not good. Boy, can that man talk. He just talks and talks. He's just constantly ranting in his head. I'm like, I can tell you're 100 and something years old. He'd be like, back in my day. I gave it 2 stars because I think there were some redeemable moments. I liked being able to see what he was doing when Bella was doing whatever she was doing. And he's not always around her. So there were certain conversations that we were not privy to before that we kind of got a little sneak peek. And, I'm a nosy bitch. So I was like, okay, cool. I like that. And then we have Fairytale. And Fairytale, that was a hell of a read. You're in the thick of it for a long time. You're lost. The characters are lost. You have no answers. And when everything starts to get revealed to us, it's jaw on the floor. Amazing. And then the second half of the book just becomes a completely different story altogether. It just like, what the fuck? And then Monster Spawn. I know, jump scare for some of y'all, but I personally, it's opened my eyes. A whole new world. But yeah, I gave this one 4 stars. By the time December ends, I will have finished this series. So I am counting the whole thing. I'm cheating a little bit here. Sorry. The Devil's Night series by Penelope Douglas. If you're wondering what the hell this is, I'm doing an entire plot breakdown. So I have to mark everything that I'm going to talk about. I'm eating it up. Penelope Douglas ate with these. There's like kind of plot holes here and there, but it's definitely a lot better than the past Penelope Douglas books that I've read. I would definitely say that these are like 4-star reads. And the only reason I say that is because I have a feeling that this book right here is going to be my 5-star. This is about Damon. And initially, I hated Damon. And I think I still do, but something about him intrigues me so much. I have to say, I think Damon Torrance is, out of this series, Penelope Douglas's deepest and most complex character. Damon has so many layers. All he gives off is crazy, so you don't know what's happening in here. Like, you don't know the motive, but there's got to be a reason. By the time this video comes out and is edited and everything, I will have read it, and it will be part of the Devil's Night series book breakdown. If y'all want to see that, please subscribe so that way you can know. But also, okay, look, here's the thing. So my camera definitely died, but it's fine, we're back. What I was saying was, I'm super excited about Will's book. Damon and Will are real buddy-buddy. Everything that happens in Hideaway, you'll see, like, oh my God, yeah. So they're the closest. Will is kind of just like the comedic relief. I started thinking about him a little bit deeper, and I was like, out of all of the guys, we don't know shit about Will. And then I looked at his book. For reference, this is Kai's, the man who claims he's a mystery. Okay, and this is Will. Will, what is going on here? I'm so excited. I'm so excited because it's like, okay, clearly these two, they're close for a reason. And we are down to the last book of 2025 that I read. I told you guys it was going to be short. I just talk a lot. Nightshade by Carrie Lake. Okay, so I gave it 4 stars. I gave Nightshade 4 stars, and it was only because of the ending. It felt a little rushed. It wasn't an emotional ending like I needed it to be, you know what I'm saying? I think if she would have gone for the cliffhanger, the emotional gut wrencher and the cliffhanger, we would have been at a 5-star territory. Instead, we did, I don't know what the fuck we did at the end of that. But so there's a second book in the series, and honestly, because of the way that the book ended, it kind of left me like not needing desperately to get to the second book. I do still want to read the second book, and I will definitely get to it, but there's no urgency there. I genuinely loved these characters so much. Oh my God. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Jericho Van Croy. Jericho Van Croy. The man, the myth, the legend. He is so great, but I will say that our main character, I preferred a different version of her. I think it's the old-timey gothic vibe that I was getting from the other version. This is making no sense. Without context, it really makes no sense. The new version of her, a little too modern. I wanted it to be the other bitch. Anyway, that is it. That is all, guys. The new year is coming. I'm going to make it my goal in 2026 to read 100 books. And if we make it past 100, period. Now on my bookshelf, I have so many books that I need to get to. I have so much on my TBR. It's growing every day. Don't even get me started on my fanfic obsession. Another reading goal for 2026 is to start reading authors who are a little less well known, the hidden gems that nobody even bothers to look for. I'm sure there is a lot of talent that is being slept on because we're blowing up books that maybe shouldn't be. I'm talking about the Lord series. Anyway, so I'm probably gonna get so much hate for that comment, but I don't care. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy fucking New Year. I will see you all in 2026. Bye.